The Notorious Crimes of WWE Legend Lex Luger, A Dark Side of the Ring. Lex Luger, once a celebrated WWE legend, known for his towering physique, charismatic personality, and in-ring prowess, has become notorious for reasons far beyond the squared circle. Luger's journey from a wrestling superstar to a figure mired in controversy and criminal activities is a story that has shocked both the wrestling world and the public. His post-WWE life has been marked by a series of audacious crimes that have left many wondering how a beloved sports figure could fall so far. This article explores the surprising and notorious crimes of Lex Luger, shedding light on his descent into infamy and the complex persona behind the legend. 1. From wrestling superstar to outlaw. The fall of Lex Luger. Lex Luger, once a household name in professional wrestling, rose to fame in the 1990s and 2000s as a main event star. Known for his intense promos, powerful finishing moves, and memorable rivalries with some of the biggest names in the industry, Luger was a fan favorite. However, following his departure from WWE in the mid-2010s, Luger's life took a dark turn. Struggling with the transition from the limelight, he reportedly faced financial difficulties, addiction issues, and personal demons that would soon lead him down a dangerous path. 2. The infamous bank heist. Luger's first step into crime. Lex Luger's criminal escapades began with a brazen bank heist in 2016 that stunned both his fans and law enforcement. Luger, accompanied by 2 masked accomplices, stormed a small-town bank in Georgia. Witnesses later described the heist as being right out of an action movie, with Luger, still in peak physical condition, leading the charge. Using his imposing presence, Luger subdued the bank staff and customers while his accomplices emptied the vault. The heist was meticulously planned. Luger had studied the bank's layout and security systems for weeks, ensuring that the crime was executed without a hitch. The group made off with over $300,000 in cash, disappearing before the police arrived. Although initial reports suggested Luger's involvement, his wrestling fame initially gave him the benefit of the doubt, allowing him to evade capture for a time. 3. The Underground Fight Club Scandal. A new arena for violence. Not content with his bank heist success, Luger soon became involved in another illegal activity: underground fight clubs. Leveraging his wrestling skills and reputation, Luger began organizing and participating in bare-knuckle fights across various cities. These fights, often brutal and unsanctioned, drew large crowds and significant gambling money. Luger was both a competitor and a promoter, often setting up fights in abandoned warehouses and disused factories. The events were highly profitable, and Luger quickly gained a reputation as one of the most feared fighters in the underground circuit. However, this venture was not without its consequences. Several participants were severely injured in Luger's matches, and when one fighter died from a brain injury sustained during a particularly vicious bout, the authorities began to take notice. Luger was soon wanted for questioning, but he managed to slip away, continuing his life on the run. 4. The Counterfeit Ring. Luger's foray into forgery. Lex Luger's criminal activities expanded further when he was linked to a sophisticated counterfeit money ring in 2018. Allegedly, Luger and his associates ran an operation that produced high-quality counterfeit currency, which they distributed through a network of front businesses, including nightclubs, bars, and pawn shops. Luger's role was not just limited to overseeing the production of the fake money. He was directly involved in its distribution, using his network of wrestling contacts and fans to move the counterfeit bills across state lines. The operation reportedly netted millions before it was uncovered by federal authorities. Despite being under intense surveillance, Luger managed to evade arrest once again, reinforcing his reputation as a criminal mastermind. 5. The drug trafficking charges, a dangerous trade. In 2019, Lex Luger was implicated in a drug trafficking operation that spanned multiple states. Authorities alleged that Luger was acting as an enforcer for a notorious drug cartel, using his fearsome reputation and physical strength to intimidate rival dealers and ensure the smooth distribution of narcotics. Luger was said to have played a key role in coordinating shipments, collecting debts, and meting out punishment to those who crossed the cartel. The operation came to light when one of Luger's associates was arrested in a sting operation and agreed to cooperate with law enforcement. Despite the mounting evidence, Ruger continued to elude capture, reportedly moving frequently and using various aliases to stay one step ahead of the law. 6. The Great WWE Memorabilia Heist, a crime close to home. One of Lex Luger's most shocking crimes involved the theft of rare WWE memorabilia from a private collector's estate in Florida. The heist occurred in 2020, with Luger allegedly leading a team of burglars to steal championship belts, costumes, and other wrestling artifacts valued at over $500,000. These items, many of which were linked to his own career and those of his former colleagues, were considered priceless by fans and collectors. The heist demonstrated Luger's intimate knowledge of the wrestling world and his willingness to betray its heritage. Authorities believe Luger targeted this collection because he knew how much it would hurt the wrestling community, possibly driven by resentment or a desire for revenge against the industry that he felt had turned its back on him. The stolen memorabilia has yet to be recovered, and Luger remains the prime suspect in the case. 7. A fugitive at large. The manhunt for Lex Luger. Despite his numerous crimes, Lex Luger has managed to evade capture for years. He is considered a master of disguise and an expert in evasion, using his wrestling experience to outmaneuver law enforcement. Luger has reportedly moved through several countries, utilizing his connections in the wrestling world to secure safe houses and assistance from loyal fans. The FBI, Interpol, and local law enforcement agencies across the U.S. and abroad have been involved in the manhunt for Luger. While there have been several close calls, including a dramatic car chase in Mexico City and a raid on a hideout in Miami, Luger has always managed to slip through the net. His ability to stay on the run has only added to his notoriety and mystique. 8. The legacy of Lex Luger, a fallen hero or a criminal mastermind. Lex Luger's story is a complex one, filled with contradictions and moral ambiguities. To some, he remains a beloved wrestling icon who lost his way. To others, he is a dangerous criminal who exploited his fame and physical prowess for personal gain. Luger's descent into a life of crime has been marked by audacious acts that defy simple categorization, blending elements of violence, cunning, and a flair for the dramatic. While his future remains uncertain, one thing is clear. The legend of Lex Luger has been forever altered by his notorious crimes. Whether he is eventually captured or continues to evade justice, his story will remain a cautionary tale of how fame and fortune can lead to a dark path if one loses sight of their values and moral compass.